What's going on? And welcome back to another episode from Reach Home Recovery. Well, actually, tonight is more of a public service announcement. This one is going out to all my fellow believers, my fellow empaths, and my fellow survivors. That narcissist plan will always backfire. Now you ask, how could I know? I don't know every single narcissist plan. There are millions of narcissists out there. But the one thing that's similar to all narcissists is they all follow the same playbook. The love bomb, abuse, and discard. The narcissist is actually an agent of the enemy. Enemy being Satan. So essentially, they may not tell you this right from the back, but their disorder, its foundation just has a demonic influence to it. Just think about the abuse. There's nothing holy about that abuse. In fact, the Bible is overtly against adultery, lying, deceitfulness, anger, wrath. That's the complete opposite of what you're getting from the abuse. But when you look at the devil's goal, Satan's plan for your life, his plan is to steal, kill, and destroy. Now that's more in line with what's going on. Because that abuse is set up to steal your joy. It's set up to kill your self-esteem. It's set up to destroy any chance you have of recovering. Now, what does it sound like the narcissist is more in line with? Okay, now you gotta understand it. The narcissist, that whole disorder has more of a demonic influence. If you don't believe in that, let's just say evil, not good influence. That abuse is not good for your life whatsoever. So let's go back to that plan and why that plan always fails. The first thing I want you to know about that plan is that plan is specifically designed for you. In fact, your narcissist, before you even met them, they're already determined, hey, I can see your confidence and I can see how well you hold yourself. And most normal people will look at that as a compliment, but the narcissist looks at it as a challenge. That now becomes the objective of their plan. That's what they have to destroy in you. You replace whatever it is in you, and you'll understand what the narcissist is going after. And it's crazy because during the love bomb phase, they'll tell you outright, but it comes across as something that they admire in you. But it's actually the complete opposite. They're telling you it's something that they admire, but it's actually what they're going after in the long run. I'll give you an example from my personal experience. So my ex-narcissist, I'll give you the situation. It was early on in the situationship. I think we were going to the mall, we were going to dinner or something, and we were walking down the city street, and there was a homeless person just kind of on the side. Wasn't asking for any money, they were just there. But I felt in my heart, I gave him some money, and we talked for a little bit. Got a little bit of his story, what was going on, and then I wished him the best, and we moved on, kept on with my plans. And I noticed later on at dinner that night, my narc was thinking, and she decided, you know what, I'm gonna say it out loud. She told me, you know what I like about you? You're so pure. And then she smiled. And I could tell that she meant for me to take it as a compliment, but it was something off-putting about it. And it was just kind of, like when I looked at the smile, it was kind of one of those deviously cunning smiles that the villain gives in one of those superhero movies. And then when I heard the words, I didn't take it as a good-natured thing. My gut was actually rumbling. It was telling me, hey, something is wrong here. And I just took it as a red flag and put it in my back pocket. Little did I know that she was telling me what she was targeting. Because fast forward a couple years, when you're getting into the emotional abuse and the discard phases, there were things that my narc wanted me to do and things that they said to try to corrupt that purity. And the way they wanted me to do it, they wanted me to corrupt my own purity so that I'd be tainted for the rest of my life. Now, I sensed it then. And I imagine a lot of you out there sensed it too. It's kind of like that feeling you get when you may be looking down or doing something else and somebody's watching you. And you can feel the eyes on you. And all of a sudden you look up, your eyes connect, and then they look away or do whatever. But you sensed it. That's what's going on with that narc. That narc has you in their line of sight. They're eyeing you up to take that shot. And that's what you felt right then and there. But we're going to double back to that service announcement we had earlier. The plan always backfires. Now, let's look at the definition of backfires. It means to rebound adversely on the originator or to have the opposite effect of what was intended. Okay, break it down. So it rebounds adversely on the narcissist because when they do what they did to you, they lose any chance of getting the real one in the future. You showed them authentic love, trust, and caring. They took advantage of it, abused it, and discarded you. So now that you're getting this information from this community, you're not going to go back to that mess. I mean, speak for myself, I'm not going to go back to that mess. So now the narc has no chance but to move on to something else. Don't get it twisted when they get this new supply and they look all lovey-dovey on social media. They have downgraded. They are a fraction of what you are. You showed them authentic love. Some of you gave them years, decades of your life, children together. That's not something they can just jump up and get again. So that's their adverse effect. Now, when you say it has the opposite of what was intended, remember, the goal, their plan was to kill, steal, and destroy. But it does the opposite in us. Let's break it down. So we know that abuse is not just one shot. They steadily build you up. They steadily indoctrinate you towards that abuse. So they might cut you here and there. Then they'll cut a little deeper. Then when your guard is completely down and you wore down, they take that dagger and they stab it in your back as hard as they possibly can and pierce your heart. It hurts. And after a pain like that, they know that they have to discard you. But what the narcissist thinks is, after they discard you, it's going to lead to your demise. They think they buried you in the dark and you're never to be heard of again. That confident, well put together person is gone. What they don't realize is that piercing of the heart is like the piercing of a seed. And that isolation afterwards, that darkness, that wilderness, is where you grow, and you grow into the best version of yourself. This best version of yourself is amazing. I'm just go ahead and put it out there. You got something good to be looking forward to. Because this best version of yourself, you know exactly your likes, your dislikes, your goals, and where you want to move forward to in life. Not only do you know about where you want to move forward to, you've thoroughly evaluated your past traumas and you're working on healing them so you don't make the same mistakes or choose another one of those abusers again, or any situation along those lines. And then you also have the knowledge and experience of dealing with these toxic people. And like I said before, they're all over. So now that you have that knowledge and that actual hands-on experience, your discernment to know who you're dealing with in the future has increased exponentially. And then the kicker, the thing that's, I guess, the best part of it for me, is you become a beacon of light in this world of darkness. You overcame something so negative, and you overcame it in such a fashion that now people will look to you for inspiration. They'll look to you to heal others. I just want to let you know out there, stay positive, because it does go through some rough patches. But you do come out better on the other end. Okay, you want a little bit more. You want a little bit more clarification. Well, you always know what I like to do. I'm going to leave you off today with Genesis chapter 50, verse 20 for our confirmation. So verse 20 reads, "But as for you, you meant evil against me, but God meant it for good, in order to bring it about as it is this day, to save many people alive." So that narcissist meant it for evil. He meant to invoke the enemy's plan in your life to kill, steal, and destroy. But God, he meant that thing for good. He meant it for you to grow into the best version of yourself. He meant it for you to be a beacon of light to help others. Well, I'm going to cut it today. As always, I thank you for allowing me to fellowship with you. I love you. And until next time, peace.